My text is here in John chapter 4. The book of John is probably the most famous book in the whole Bible, and this particular chapter is a really famous chapter. And a really famous story within this chapter is the story of the woman at the well. And I'm actually going to preach through this passage of Jesus presenting the gospel unto the woman at the well. And it's also known as the Samaritan woman. The Bible is made up of two things. There's two things in the Bible. It's made up of stories that are told, and it's made up of statements, clear statements. Now, when we read the Bible, when we interpret the Bible, we should always use statements in the Bible. Number one. That should be our number one priority. Clear statements that come directly from God. That's what we base everything upon. But also, not to say that the examples in the Bible, the stories of the Bible aren't profitable. Stories are made up of examples of many great men. You have like David, who was known as a man after God's own heart. You have John the Baptist, which Jesus said among them, that were born of women. There's not risen a greater than John the Baptist. You have John, whom the disciple Jesus loved. Many people are recorded in the Bible as great examples for us, but all these men are just sinners. They're just like us. They're men. And when you read through there, you have to take the statements in the Bible and use discernment and use judgment when reading about the things that these men did. As an example, we know that David with Uriah. What happened in that situation was wrong. We know that because the Bible says, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery. So we take those clear statements and we use that to interpret the stories. So they're made up of examples. Number one, whether it's a good example or it's a bad example, it's profitable. A good example, we can learn what to do, and a bad example, we can learn what not to do. It's all profitable unto us today. But here in the book of John, in John chapter 4, the great thing about the Gospels is that we get to read about Jesus Christ, which is God in the flesh, walking on this earth. And when we read the stories about Jesus Christ living on this earth, the Bible says that he went about doing good. He's a man just like you and I, yes, 100%, but he's 100% God. So when we read the stories of him, you can take it to the bank, whatever he did, whatever he said, you should follow that example. You should do the same things as he did. So we approach the stories of Jesus a little bit differently. And, it's good to learn from examples in the Bible. Obviously, it would be the greatest example unto us. The ultimate example I've heard referred to as many times, is Jesus. And we don't get very far here in John chapter 4 before the Bible actually starts revealing the deity of Christ. So if you look down at your Bible at John chapter 4, verse 1, the Bible reads, When therefore the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard that Jesus made and baptized more disciples than John, though Jesus himself baptized not, but his disciples, it says in verse 3, he left Judea